Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the South Carolina Gamecocks Dynasty here on EA Sports College Football 25 as we've reached our 9th game of the season. Coming off of a big win last week on the road against Missouri, we could use another one this week as we travel to Oxford to face the 3-4 Ole Miss Rebels. I know I called last week a must-win game for us, but this week might be another must-win game for us if we want to make a bowl game. So we'll get started. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. These two teams squared up last year, and it was a classic with South Carolina pulling off the upset in Columbia off of a game-winning touchdown with 13 seconds to go. You know, Ole Miss hasn't forgot about that game. Led to a disappointing year last year, and now here they are back at home against the Gamecocks. First play from scrimmage for South Carolina will be a holding call, so the play won't count. We'll get right tackle Josiah Thompson. The offensive line has definitely had their struggles this season. As here now, 1st and 20, McReynolds will get bottled up after a gain of 3. 2nd and 17 now, first time to the air. Sellers being chased, dumps it off, tries to get it to Elskins, but he cannot. Quickly a 3rd and long for South Carolina. Sellers drops back, he's going to be sacked. Actually, it's a 1-yard run. And that'll end the Gamecock drives. We'll turn over to Ole Miss, now led by Austin Simmons, the redshirt sophomore at quarterback. No Dart, no Juice Wells, no weapons from last season. A lot like Missouri, this is a rebuild year for the Rebels. First play, though, is a nice catch on the left side. Ole Miss do like to go hurry up a lot. As the next play, this one will be incomplete. Nice break up there by Barry Mayo, the senior corner. 2nd and 10 to the ground. Here's C.J. Ellsworth starting for the injured Dante Dowdle. He gets to the line of scrimmage, and Ole Miss will go hurry up now. 3rd and 10. They give it right back to him, and there's nowhere to go. Ole Miss will also not try a 53-yarder. They will punt it away to South Carolina. There is a 10-mile-an-hour wind surging in the area. So instead, it'll be back to the Gamecocks, still tied up at 0 apiece. As on 2nd and 8, McReynolds nowhere to go. Ole Miss dominating the line of scrimmage. Quickly 3rd and 8 here for South Carolina. Sellers to throw across the middle. He's got Brown. Great pass, great catch by Jared Brown. Keeps the drive alive. New set of downs. Here's Tyshawn Russell getting the catch on the bubble screen. And quickly South Carolina's to the 29. To the ground game again they go. A gain of 3 for the South Alabama transfer. 2nd and 7. They give it to him again. Right side. He picks up maybe 3 more. Quickly again, 3rd down for the Gamecocks to bring Harbor in motion. Sellers looks right side. He's got Elskins first down. Another 3rd down conversion. Inside the red zone now. It's a screen for Harbor, who doesn't get the blocks. He picks up 4. Out to the 11. Sellers gives it off. McReynolds again, nowhere to go. Ole Miss's defensive line, not known for the run defense, has really stifled us so far. 3rd and 3. Sellers looks short. He's got Harbor a first down. Big catch for number 8. His 2nd of the day. Makes it goal to go. As we'll see what will happen here. Sellers making some changes at the line of scrimmage as they try an RPO, and Iomanor can't win it. They go one-on-one, and fortunately it won't convert. 2nd and goal now. Try it again off of a screen for Elskins. He gets a block, and that's going to be a touchdown. Beautiful drive for South Carolina. They draw first blood as they lead 7-0. Second drive of the day now for the Rebels. They go play fake on 1st and 10. Simmons wants a downfield throw, and he's got it. 25 yards to Aiden Williams with the connection. And again, Ole Miss will go hurry up. Next play, quick slant caught. Rebels continue to keep their foot on the gas. 2nd and 6 now. Delayed give. Ellsworth has a hole right side. Nice crease there. And quickly into Gamecock territory. South Carolina's defense on the back foot, but they got to keep up. From the 34, Simmons looks left side. That one's knocked away. 2nd pass deflection already to the day for Barry Mayo. 2nd and 10 now. Simmons hands it off for Ellsworth. He's chased down, picks up 2. And it's another 3rd and 8. Ole Miss will hurry to the line. Simmons, the lefty, will throw from it. Clean pocket. Looks right side. Just throws it out of bounds. Looks to find another day. That'll bring us to the end of the first quarter, where the Gamecocks will lead this one by a score of 7-3. And what has been a pretty evenly contested matchup so far. South Carolina had the long drive, but they held a 4-point lead. They begin the second quarter here with another drive, 2nd and 4 in Ole Miss territory. Sellers will keep it on the read option and pick up the first down. Inside the red zone again, handoff McReynolds up the middle, stuffed again. You can tell South Carolina really wants to pound the rock, but Ole Miss, they've done a good job in defense. 2nd and 7. Here's that screen again for Elskins. Oh my gosh, that could have been 6. Luckily, that was dropped by the freshman Kerry Cunningham. Now it's 3rd and 7. Sellers quickly outside the pocket. Nowhere to go. Just tosses it, and that's incomplete. And South Carolina will take 3. Setting the lead back up by 7. Now 10-3 your score. As here's Ole Miss on the next drive. And a great hole opens up on the left side. Willis can't catch him, and he's going to be chased out of bounds at the 37. Ole Miss with a big play. And again, they're going to go hurry up. Try to keep the momentum. They go play fake 1st and 10, but quickly wrapped up. Doesn't fool Willis this time. That's a sack for number 14. Now a 3rd and 1 after a big play to get it too short. They'll hand it off for Ellsworth, and he will get it. Nice block by right tackle Micah Pettis to free that. Now from the 26, Simmons looks right side. Beautiful throw, but it's incomplete. Emory Floyd with the pass breakup. 2nd and 10. Play action again. Simmons is going to be chased and brought down. That's T.J. Sanders up the gut. Pass rush getting to the quarterback today, as now it's 3rd and 19. Simmons in the pocket. Drifts back, throws it away. That's going to set up a 52-yard field goal for the true freshman Scotty Koenig from Pinson, Alabama, and he will drill it. So they're with the win this time. They get it to go. 10-6, though, still in favor of South Carolina, as their next drive will begin with a handoff, and that's one of their better runs of the day. 6 up the gut. 2nd and 4. It's going to be a delayed give, but it's actually a sack. Shooting around the edge is Cyril Toll, who gets to the quarterback before he can even hand him off. So now it's 3rd and 10. Sellers to throw. Looks left side. Has a wide open Harbor, but he drops it. That would have been a 1st down, but instead it's a punt away. And Ole Miss gets the football back. Next drive, they'll start off going backwards, -7. Willis will finish him off after Thomas got to him first. Now 3rd and 13. Simmons in the pocket, only rushing 3. Nobody gets home. He's got all day. Eventually finds the open man. This is caught for a big gain, and that's flipping the field to the 29. South Carolina just could not get to Simmons, and he makes us pay. Next play, handoff Ellsworth right side. Again, Pettis stealing the edge. A nice tackle by Kilgore for only a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 now, looking left side. Simmons has his receiver. Caught 1st down yardage for Caden Lee. Inside the red zone now. This looks like a jumbled mess. It's incomplete. That'll allow for some substitutions. 2nd and 10, checking in. Now the backup halfback for Ole Miss, who picks up 6. And now it's a big 3rd and 4. 2 backs in the backfield. They motion 1 out. Simmons being chased, sacked down from behind. Kilgore around the edge. That'll force Ole Miss to kick their 3rd field goal. They have 3 field goals on the day, so South Carolina still leads as that one's incomplete. 10-9 your score now. 2nd and 10 coming up on the 2-minute warning. Sellers to throw. He quickly is chased down. Just given no time to throw. Jeffrey Rush with the sack, and now it's a long 3rd and 13. Sellers to throw. Fires across the middle. He's picked off. Intercepted, and that is going to be great field position for the Rebels. I think he just panics. His internal clock has been very short today, and, well, he just threw it into coverage, trying to avoid a sack. So now with the 2-minute warning, Ole Miss 2nd and 2, but there's another sack. That's 5 in the first half for South Carolina. They've just pinned their ears back and gotten to Simmons today. 3rd and 9, he dumps this one short. That'll force another field goal try for the Rebels. They now have a lead, 12-10, their first of the day. Gamecocks, though, do have a minute and a half, so they have some time to get some points back if they desire, but on 1st down, Sellers will just end up throwing this one away. Only 9 for 19 today for Lenore Sellers. 2nd and 10. Here comes a blitz. They counter with a short pass to Brown. And now Ole Miss will call timeout. They want the football back. So this is a massive 3rd and 7. This place is rocking. Sellers across the middle. A great catch by Elskins. That keeps the drive alive. And now you can kind of reset. 1st and 10. Sellers steps up through. Picks up 5 on the ground. Clock will continue to run, though. Gamecocks have 2 timeouts. 2nd and 5, Sellers launches it downfield. He's got Iomanor out to the 28, 1st down, and now South Carolina's in field goal range. Next play, they want it all for Harbor. This one's tipped, but it's caught into the hands of Nick Harbor. That's a touchdown off of the deflection, and now South Carolina will take a lead into half. 17-12 your score. What's been an exciting first half. Both teams could really use a win. South Carolina trying to stay bowl eligible, while Ole Miss is looking for their first conference win of the season. One thing will happen. Which will it be? Want to find out in the second half. On to the second half we go. Ole Miss with the football, currently trailing by 5, but a chance to get right back in the game here as they begin with a run for 7 on the right side. As Ole Miss will look like they'll continue the hurry up that they ended in the first half with, well, most of the first half. As a 2nd and 3, deep ball is intercepted, picked off by Kilgore. He has a running lane, and he's going to take this one to the 31. An INT for South Carolina, who had 1 through the first 7 games of the season. They have 3 in the past 6 quarters. Unfortunately, we get nothing on the first carry, as it looks like Ole Miss's stout defensive line will continue. 2nd and 10, Sellers outside the pocket, flips it for Harbor. What a catch. Tiptoe gets the first down. And South Carolina now deep into Ole Miss territory. A gain of 3 for McReynolds there. 2nd and 7. He keeps it on the next one, as it looks like Josiah Thompson got absolutely bodied on the outside. Nothing to go on the run game again, and it's now 3rd and 5. Sellers quickly to throw, and there's a man unblocked off the edge. You can't allow that to happen, Pringle. You got to pick that up. So South Carolina will only get 3 off of the turnover, as it's 20-12 now. It's an absolute beautiful touch pass to Aiden Williams right over the defenders. He's got 4 for 65 today. Simmons trying to find a rhythm. Here's play fake on 1st and 10. Throws it deep down the seam, and he's got a man. It's Williams again, and just like that, Ole Miss is deep into Gamecock territory. They've been very stagnant today, but 2 plays make it 3 plays. Has him goal to go from the 2. Simmons with a great throw, and now a great scoring opportunity for the Rebels. He's quickly under pressure, and he throws this one in the dirt. They'll stop the clock, allow some subs to get in. As on 2nd and goal, Ellsworth is stuffed at the line by Jaron Williams and Cam Robinson, and that was 3rd and goal from the 2. They go with an RPO, and it's caught, and it's going to be a touchdown. Ole Miss will find the end zone, as that is Caden Lee with his 8th TD of the season. And Ole Miss will cut back now a 2-point lead for South Carolina after the touchdown. We'll see what the Gamecocks can do on this drive. After a gain of 4, they're going to lose 5. Great defensive pressure from Cam Franklin. Ayomador gets nothing on the pitch. And it's now quickly 3rd and 11. Deep ball left side is underthrown, incomplete. And South Carolina goes 3 and outs, giving the football right back to the Rebels. This drive of their own 44. Good handoff to Ellsworth. And again, Ole Miss is in South Carolina territory. A chance to take the lead here. They go play fake 2nd and 1. Simmons trying to keep his eyes downfield. Just gets the football away, incomplete. Big 3rd and 1 here. Man in motion across the formation. They run it that side, and TJ Sanders with an excellent stop. Ole Miss gets nothing, as the football will go back to South Carolina. Deep ball here on 1st and 10, incomplete. Now 2nd and 10 from the 46. Sellers back to the air again. Tries it short. He gets ripped. No time to throw it. Cyril Toll again with the pressure. This offensive line has really struggled today. As on 3rd and 2, Ole Miss brings more pressure. This time Sellers gets outside the pocket, going to try to do it with his legs, and he's going to come up 5 yards shy. Good effort. But South Carolina will punt. Back to Ole Miss we go. 1st and 10. How about another stop in the backfield? Tracy Milton this time, the sophomore, with a loss of 2. Now 3rd and 7. Ole Miss across the middle. Almost had it, but a misfire from Simmons will bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter, where it's been an up-and-down affair for both squads, with South Carolina currently with the lead going into the final frame, but they got a big 3rd and 2 here. They give it to McReynolds trying to get there, and he will. Keeps the drive alive. South Carolina now inside almost field goal range as they try to extend their lead. There's a nice 7-yard connection to Elick Ayomador. Now 2nd and 3. Bootleg. Sellers outside the pocket. Well covered by Ole Miss. This one is dumped out of bounds. And now you got a big 3rd and 3. They trust the ground game, and it's not going to work. Thompson gets absolutely blown up again. Jamarius Brown with the TFL, and it's now going to be a 50-yard try for Mason Love, and he hooks it left. Gamecocks come up empty, still only a 2-point lead, as Ole Miss gets pretty good field position. Starting this drive of their own 33, Simmons, under pressure, just gets it to the sideline. Both these offensive lines today have just been revolving doors. 3rd and 8 now. Simmons looks short, and this one's going to be out of bounds, and the Gamecocks get another stop. They get the football into Ole Miss territory here at the 39, as here's a nice bubble screen for Russell, and Tyshawn Russell down the sideline, pushed out at the 1-yard line, just inches shy of a touchdown. And now South Carolina back in the driver's seat. Trying to punch it in, it's McReynolds, and he will find it. It's been a tough day for Braylon McReynolds, but he gets 6 here and finds pay dirt. And South Carolina extends their lead back up to 9. As in the final quarter, Ole Miss is starting to run out of time. Here's a nice 6-yard carry for Ellsworth. They go hurry up. 2nd and 4, more tighter of a formation. Delayed give and is blown up. TJ Sanders, how about him in the run game? He's been excellent, as Ellsworth's actually shaken up on the play. Big 3rd and 8 for the Rebels. Simmons looks right side. He can't connect with his receiver. Another punt for Ole Miss. Gamecocks with a chance to really start to put this one away. They'll start with a loss of 1 to Elskins. Now 3rd and 11. Trying to set up a screen. They can't. And, well, South Carolina's offense will punt it right back. They've been very inconsistent today. They're keeping Ole Miss in it. Now 9 minutes left to go. This is almost a big drive here for the Rebels, as there's a gain of 4. Still staying in this hurry-up mode offense. Screen left side for Aiden Williams, and the redshirt sophomore will get tackled after a gain of 3. And now a big 3rd down. You need a 1st down if you're Ole Miss. They give it to Ellsworth. He will not get there. Cam Robinson, the Virginia transfer, with a stop. And we get a chance to start to close the book on this one. We'll start with a run. A gain of 3. This play's starting to get a little bit loud. 2nd and 7. Sellers looks out left side. He gets intercepted. Picked off by the redshirt freshman Kerry Cunningham. This guy has 62-man coverage, and he jumps a route to perfection. What the heck? What does the rating mean? We just gave up a 47-yard pick 6. Ole Miss right back in this one as they trail by 2. But we're at the 2-minute warning. South Carolina, can they close this one out? They won't get it here on 2nd down. Now a big 3rd and 11. If you get a 1st down, you basically ice the game. Sellers will throw for it. Looks deep. Has Harbor wide open. And he drops it. Another crucial drop from Harbor keeps Ole Miss in it. They only trail by 2. And they have a chance to go down here and win the game. 1st and 10 is not going to start nice. It's a sack. Dylan Stewart, the 5-star from Washington, D.C. with his 2nd of the day. Now 2nd and 18. Simmons again under pressure. Looks left side. This one's knocked away. Now a big 3rd down here from the 29. Simmons to throw. Across the middle. Incomplete. A nice hit. And this is essentially for the game. 4th and 18. Can Ole Miss keep the game alive? Heavy pressure. Throw short. That's nowhere close to it. And South Carolina's going to win this one. Final score 30-25. They would kick 3 after that turnover on downs. And the Gamecocks escape with a win here in Oxford in a game that was not pretty at all. Offense was not very good. The defense came up clutch multiple times in this game. Yes, there's 25 on the scoreboard for Ole Miss, but you got to remember, 7 of those came off a pick 6. We did a sensational job on the defensive side of the ball. Simmons was never able to get comfortable, and we forced a lot of incompletions and even forced a turnover. Offense was just very inconsistent today. We had a couple of scoring drives, but Sellers did not look good overall. We didn't give him any time to throw as well. The offensive line was terrible despite all the pancakes on the stat sheet. We gave up way too many sacks. Sellers has no time to throw, and it's leading to some of these interceptions. We do get a player of the week in the SEC on the defensive side. Jerron Willis, 3 sacks, 4 tackles, nets him SEC Defensive Player of the Week. And for the 2nd time, we get National Defensive Player of the Week, Jerron Willis. Good job at 2, the linebacker. Definitely a force with 3 sacks on the onslaught on Simmons. Helped net us the win. Here are your top stories. LSU loses to Alabama. So even though Bama struggled this year, they get a big win over the Tigers. Florida falls to Georgia, who's now ranked in 3, as the Gators lose out of the rankings. Now a big game this week in the Big 12, Kansas State and Utah. Here are your scores from Week 10. Michigan now number 5 in the land. They beat Maryland, though. Ball State over Bowling Green in some action. And meanwhile, in the AAC, the Owls beat the 49ers. In the military game, Army beats Air Force in a close one, 29-27. UAB stays in the top 10 with a win against UConn. Liberty knocks off UMass by 3 points. We obviously beat Ole Miss. And then Marshall dominates James Madison for the Sun Belt, 41-14. Western Kentucky over Sam Houston. And then we see East Carolina knock off Temple on the road. Wisconsin with a big win over Illinois. That'll knock the Fighting Illini out of the rankings. Purdue doubles up Northwestern. The Wildcats yet to find a conference win. Wake Forest with a nice bounce-back win against Georgia Tech, much needed for them. UTSA against their Texas rivals in North Texas. Iowa State in a close one, they beat the Wildcats 46-44. Fresno State gets a huge win against San Jose State, and Texas Tech gets back with a massive win over Central Florida 59-3. Ohio State beats Washington 42-34 to stay in the hunt. Western Michigan doubles up Akron, even though it was a regional game. Tennessee knocks off Oklahoma. The Sooners have been very disappointing this season. They're at 500. Southern Miss over Georgia Southern, and we see Tulane knock off Rice. Utah now in the top 25 with the big win against Arizona State, preparing for their matchup against Kansas State. Kennesaw State over Middle Tennessee State. Alabama, we saw them upset LSU in a close one. Vanderbilt gets a big conference win, their first of the season, over Missouri. SMU knocks off Stanford for the ACC. Virginia Tech continues to be the top team in that conference with a win against Oregon State. Miami, Ohio knocks off Ohio 41-23. Nevada stays undefeated in the Mountain West, knocking off New Mexico. Kentucky with a big road win against Auburn. Louisville with a big win over Miami. Kansas State over Colorado. Minnesota still winless. They lose to Nebraska, who's now 12th. Boise State loses again, this time at home to Hawaii, erasing any chance they have of winning the Mountain West. ODU knocks off App State in a close one. Cal on the road beats Boston College. Wyoming over Colorado State in the Bronze Boot Battle. In the game of the week, Georgia beat Florida in Jacksonville 31-21. Clemson dominates Duke 49-14. Our rivals looking good. Houston gets a third win of the season against Baylor. Louisiana over Troy. Oklahoma State gets back in the win column finally with a win over Cincinnati. USC doubles up Iowa 42-21. Penn State over Michigan State. The Nittany Lions now in the top 4. Florida State gets a big win against Pitt in the ACC, and NC State passes another test. They beat Notre Dame by a point in South Bend. Now the undisputed number 1 team in the land. FIU over Jacksonville State. Memphis over Navy. We see West Virginia get a win over Kansas. Now the Mountaineers in the rankings. Texas over Arkansas. They're still hanging around. I wouldn't want to play them in the first round. Arkansas State back in the win column against Louisiana Monroe. UNLV over San Diego State. South Alabama loses to Washington State. Oregon, the number 2 team, knocks off Indiana. And Buffalo with a win over Eastern Michigan. Here are your national players of the week. Baron Morton gets it with his win against Central Florida, going 4 touchdowns in the air, 2 on the ground in a massive win. While the offensive player of the week, despite the loss, was Chris Hilton Jr. of LSU, 11 for 233 and 2 tutties. Here's your college football playoff rankings. A little bit of move. Penn State and Texas A&M swap spots, considering the Aggies were idle. Wouldn't necessarily know if that's fair to them, but sometimes that's how life goes. As LSU is the big fall this week as they fall all the way to 16 with their loss to Alabama, while Tennessee and Utah will join the ranks. Here's a look at the college football brackets. Not as crazy as it was last week. The Big 12 now getting some representation as the 5th conference champion. As you see, West Virginia in at the 12th spot. Some interesting matchups right now. Ohio State, Georgia would be very interesting. Texas A&M, Michigan, and UAB getting a bye would be very interesting as well. Texas currently sitting at the 2 spot too, holding the SEC down. Here are your scores for next week. A couple of big ones in the Big 10. Nebraska and Penn State as they look to solidify a spot. Oregon, the number 2 team, will host their former Pac-12 rivals, now Big 10 rivals, in the Trojans. We saw Kansas State and Utah, and then the ACC Cal versus Virginia Tech, a very much a sleeper matchup. Next episode, we will play host to Alabama. We return home to face the Crimson Tide, who beat us last year. It has been very much a season of flux for Alabama. Remember, Jalen Milroe transferring in the offseason to Texas was the big storyline, and they've gone 500, 4-4, 2-2. They are riding the big win last week against LSU, and this is still Bama. This is still a very tough team to play. There's still plenty of talent on this football team, so it's going to be very tough if we want to get bowl eligible next week, but hopefully we can get it done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Dynasty Mode content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.